Hi everyone. As most of you know, I'm Francie. I'm still admitting people into the meeting, so that's why I'll be looking off to this way. Um, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's here right now. We may have some more people rolling in, but that's fine and that's welcome. I'm just admitting people as we go. Um, so I am just going to speak briefly on the project and what hi Lucy on the project and what you are about to see. This is my sister Lucy. Um, and Basically, this project is for my Girl Scout Gold Award. So I've been a Girl Scout for a really long time, and this is sort of the summation as I go into my senior year of high school of like all my Girl Scout projects that I've done. And your Girl Scout Gold Award is basically like an 80-hour project on something, taking action in your community about something who is important to you. The woman who just messaged is my longtime Girl Scout troop leader, Stacy. Um, and this play discusses heavy themes of teenage dating violence, which is a huge issue today, that has touched the lives of people close to me and is an overarching theme in media and is a topic that was important to me to get to talk about. And theater is something very close to my heart. So I thought a great way to try to warn people of the important things of the important, sorry, I'm admitting people, I thought a great way to show the signs of a dangerous or abusive relationship is to show them unfold on screen, or on stage, which was the original idea, but of course is not um, possible now. And so just right now, I would like to thank Stacy, who is my Girl Scout troop leader, and Melinda, who has been my mentor in writing this whole play, and also Petra Popper Friedman and Mariah Zabo, who are friends who helped out in like reading in the rewriting process of the play. So we can get started. So I would like to introduce the cast of the play. So first, we are going to introduce Betty Kubovi-Weiss, who is playing Katie. And also next we have Daniel Oakes, who is going to be playing Jeremy, and Sam On, who is going to be playing Ben, and Justin Yu, who is going to be playing Mr. Mazzara, and Janelle Burgess will be reading stage directions for us. And yeah, and Proof Schubert Reed is having some technical difficulties right now, but she will be entering in a moment. Her computer is glitching apparently, but she will be in a second. So just hang tight and bear with me. Oh, here she is, lovely. And Proof will be playing Laura. So I am going to be quiet now and let these guys take it away. So Janelle, whenever you're ready, again, thank you to everyone for coming.
Hi everyone, this is Puppy Love by Francie Brewster. Prologue. Laura stands on stage alone. She looks around and takes in her audience.
Hi, wow, I'm Laura, and welcome to the show. My show, I guess. Let's introduce our cast, shall we?
Katie enters.
This is Katie, my best friend. She's probably the nicest, most accomplished person I know. She would agree.
Jeremy enters.
Jeremy, her boyfriend. He literally pantsed me once in kindergarten and has been metaphorically pantsing me ever since. Katie likes him though.
Ben enters.
And this is Ben. the one and only. We fell in love last year, sort of. I'll let you see it for yourself.
Laura turns back to the audience.
We open on a high school locker hallway.
Scene 1. Around Laura, a backdrop for lockers slides onto stage. We have high school students filling in. Katie enters on her phone, unaware of the audience. Katie has a coffee for Laura.
Laura, good morning, sunshine. Here is your beverage.
Thank God. Have I ever told you I'm in love with you?
Step in line. Listen, you're gonna help me with setting up the dance later, right? In the gym at 3. As last year's spring queen, it's important that I do it well.
Yes, Your Highness, I will be there. But I have a meeting with Ms. Zara after school about the essay competition, so I might be 10 minutes late.
I can't believe I have to share my brilliant best friend with Mr. Mazzara. When you're a famous writer one day and win a Pulitzer Prize, you better put me first in your thanks. Mazzara can come second.
Pulitzer Prize winners don't make acceptance speeches.
Whatever. Plus, I guess if you're gonna have to spend hours on end with any teacher, it should be someone like Mazzara. At least you'll get to enjoy the view.
Katie, he is 32 years old and our teacher.
You've always said that high school boys are too mature anyway.
You're ridiculous.
You love it.
Jeremy hears these last 2 lines as he enters and puts his arm around Katie.
She is ridiculous and also late. Walk you to class.
Ah, and the Spring King arrives.
Yes, that would be great. Laura, I'll see you at 3 in the gym.
3:10.
But what about my coffee gift? You can cut out early on Mazzara.
Where's my coffee?
I guess I'm just her favorite.
And that's our cue.
Katie and Jeremy begin to exit.
Gym, 3 o'clock. Don't be late.
I literally told you I was gonna be late like 4 separate times.
Laura waits for a moment, then exits the hallway. Scene 2. Mr. Mazzara sits in his office. Laura enters in a hurry.
Hi, Mr. Mazzara. So sorry I'm late. There was a really long line in the girls' bathroom.
No worries, Ms. Bridges. Take a seat, there's no big rush.
Actually, Katie is organizing the
I want to
dance.
begin by saying how impressed I was with your entry work. You really deserve a spot at Nationals.
Oh, thanks. I'm excited for this opportunity. I feel like I'm really inspired by Virginia Woolf's writing style.
Well, with that said, though, I want you to know that to do well, you're really going to have to push yourself.
Push myself how?
Well, you've never gotten this far in this competition before, or really any writing competition you've entered so far.
That's true.
So you're going to have to work extra hard. This competition is unique. It heavily favors emotional, personal writing, which is not where you tend to be the most comfortable. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm here to help you along the way.
It's good to know you have so much faith in me.
Hey, I do. Come on. We both know you were my favorite in English last year. It's just that your killer literary analysis papers might need to take a step aside this time. I want to make sure you're serious about this, because it's also a pretty intense time commitment.
I am serious about it. I'm 105% serious.
Good. Well, now that you're fully committed, let's dig right in with the guidelines. As you know, this competition includes a visual art element.
Wait, what? But it's a writing competition. I've always been terrible at art, Mr. Mazzara. You can ask Miss Richter. I tried to make a sculpture and the air pocket in it made all the other ones explode.
Miss Richter is a kindergarten art teacher.
Yeah, I made a bunch of 5-year-olds cry.
Well, a good thing you won't have to be doing the art. You'll submit your written piece on its own, and then the creative board will partner it with a painting, drawing, or sculpture that another student submits. It's bridging the gaps between art forms and all that good stuff.
What do you mean they'll pair it? Like they'll judge them together?
Yes. Well, yes and no. They first look at the pieces individually so that they get admitted to the final rounds based on their own merit. Then, after all the pieces are selected, they pair them together. At the end, those pairs are displayed in an exhibit and the judges make their final decisions. Then it's a party with drinks, food, pictures, the works.
So, not to be insulting or anything, but what if I get paired with a crappy artist? Or my piece doesn't match someone else's, and then I do worse because of their shoddy work?
Trust in your fellow artists, Laura. Plus, art is subjective. One man's shoddy work is another man's treasure.
I don't think that's the expression.
You're a writer. You get the idea.
Fair enough.
Well, and since the board has introduced the art element into the competition this year, they've left the prompt entirely open.
Okay, so all I have to work with is to make it personable and adaptable to an artwork that I haven't even seen.
You're a gifted writer, and I'm a gifted teacher. It'll be a breeze. And great writers often say the best way to grow is to make yourself uncomfortable. Reach beyond your comfort zone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that.
Good. Well, I've given you a lot to think about, and there's not much more to discuss at the moment. Try to brainstorm some topic ideas, and we can meet next week.
Sounds good.
Great. And Miss Bridges,
Yeah?
congratulations. This is an honor.
Scene 3. Laura enters the school gym. There's a ladder in one corner, a pile of streamers in another. There has not been much of an effort to set up this dance so far. Ben enters the gym from the opposite door holding paint buckets in both his hands and attempting to hold paintbrushes between his neck and shoulder, like how an overworked multitasking mother holds a phone in the movies.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm Katie's friend. I'm here to set up for the Halloween dance.
Oh, hey.
He puts down one of the buckets to shake her hand, but in the process, some of the paintbrushes fall.
Here, I got it.
Laura smiles and hands the brushes to him. Their hands linger on them a little too long. Katie and Jeremy enter, wheeling in a cart with props fit for a photo shoot. Jeremy enters carrying a tripod and camera.
What's up, dance decoration? Let's go!
Love the enthusiasm, babe.
Jeremy walks over and puts his arm around Ben.
You guys know each other?
You know it.
They fist bump.
Neighbors.
They just moved in across the street. Ben's new, so he's been following me around.
It's cool of you to take him under your wing, Jeremy.
Thank you, Laura. That's all I've ever wanted to hear.
Now, let's get to work, shall we, boys?
Sure.
First of all, you all need to put the digital flyer on your Instagram story. I just airdropped it to you.
A gaudy, ridiculous Halloween dance poster is projected on the back of the stage. Laura and Jeremy take out their phones and follow Katie's directions.
I actually don't have Instagram.
The projection disappears.
Can you put it on Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn? Okay, then. I didn't realize any of us were still living in the Stone Age. Anyway, I'm running the step and repeat photo area tomorrow, so we're going to set that up first.
Wait, what's a step and repeat photo area?
It's what celebrities use on the red carpet to take pictures. You know, you step up, you step down, and you repeat with the next person.
So why isn't it called a step up, step down, repeat photo area?
Couldn't the school just order a photo booth instead of all this?
Yeah, she's right. They're depending on our unpaid labor right now to set up their photo booth. That's not fair.
It's not a photo booth. It is a step and repeat photo area.
Right.
Okay, everyone just please be quiet and listen to me. Jeremy and I are going to take some test headshots with the camera. Laura and Ben are going to paint the backdrop and make it Halloween themed. Then we will reconvene. Jeremy, come with me to get the equipment.
Jeremy follows Katie to the other side of the stage. Laura and Ben begin their work.
So, no social media. Very mysterious of you.
I don't really get why everyone needs to display their entire private life on the internet all the time.
Ah, Mr. Mature. You know, it's funny that Katie's making me do this. I actually don't have a painting bone in my body. She just thinks of me as an artistic type.
Why's that?
I'm a writer. Well, I'm trying to be.
Are you any good?
I'd like to think so. I'm doing this essay competition, actually. Anyone in the state can write an essay, and I won. So now I have to write a new piece to win a national prize, which is $2,000.
What are you going to write about?
That's the $2,000 question.
Ah, I see. Writer's block?
Sort of. The only prompt is that it needs to be able to match up with some visual art piece that I haven't even seen yet.
That's really tough.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. What about you, though? What are you into?
Painting, actually. That's why Jeremy asked me to help. He saw me painting in my yard a couple weeks ago.
Oh, thank God. So you can salvage this photo booth background we have to make.
I think you mean step and repeat photo taking area backdrop.
True. How dare I?
No, but yeah, art is kind of my thing.
Are you any good?
I'm not entered in any national competition.
I'm sure you could be.
I don't know. Maybe if this board turns out well, I'll win a prize. Ben Kafer, second place, high school photo area backdrop.
A masterpiece. But in order to create it, we actually have to start it.
Laura opens a can of paint.
True. But if I'm doing all the painting, you have to think of our subject.
We can paint skeletons? You can't make me think of something on my own and then shut me down immediately.
Fair point. Skeletons work.
How big do you think we should make it?
Well, big enough for 2 people to stand in front of. Kids show up in couples to these things, right?
Yeah, but sometimes people don't have dates and show up. They just show. Sorry, sometimes some people don't have dates and they show up stag with friends instead.
Do you have a date?
Oh, I don't really. I mean, I was supposed to help Katie with the photos, and
Just the question.
What if we just make it big enough for like 3 people, and then if there are more, they can just crowd around it.
Sounds like a plan. Brush?
Brush.
Look up a photo of some skeletons.
Laura picks up her phone.
Looking up a photo of some skeletons. Oh, ew, I should have specified animated skeletons.
Let me see.
On the other side of the stage, Katie and Jeremy test their equipment.
Those two seem hard at work. Ugh, and the lighting in these photos is still not quite right.
Babe, you know the dance is gonna look bomb. How long do we have to stay and set up for anyway?
A little longer. Why? Do you have somewhere to go?
I'm just bored. I wanted to play Overwatch with the boys tonight.
Jeremy, come on. It's important to me. You said you would stay.
Fine. You're impossible. I'll stay, but I'm meeting up with them later.
Deal. Now get back in front of that camera.
How's my duck face?
Perfect. Also, what's this Ben guy's deal? Is he cool?
Yeah, I mean, from what the guys can tell, he lives near me and our moms are friends, so, you know.
It seems weird that he transferred schools at the end of October, though. The year just started.
Yeah, I don't know. He went to some fancy private school before. He's a little weird, but mostly a cool guy.
Weird?
He can just get a little intense, apparently. Moody is how my mom put it.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe she was exaggerating. I don't really know. I mean, there's nothing for us to do about it.
Yeah.
Let's just do the photos, all right? Don't want to lose out on all these sexy shots you're about to get.
Katie points out Jeremy's next pose. On the other side of the stage, Laura is leaning over Ben's painting.
Wow, you really are a painter.
Oh, thanks.
How'd you even get this good?
Just practice. I do it a lot to clear my head.
You must have a lot in your head to practice so much. I just mean you must be really dedicated.
What, you're writing off my natural talent?
No, I just,
I'm kidding.
right.
Would you hand me that other brush?
Yeah, sure.
Laura takes an awkward step around Ben and the cup of brushes tip over. They reach to pick it up at the same time and end up face to face.
Here you go.
Do you want to paint some smaller details around the edges to fill out the empty space?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
What if we had some autumn leaves falling or something? A pop of color.
You're the artist. You're a visual artist.
What?
Oh, nothing. Sorry.
Katie and Jeremy walk over to Laura and Ben.
Wow, guys, it's looking really good.
It's really all Ben.
Untrue. Laura Googled a great skeleton reference image.
I'm starving. Does anyone else want to go take a food break?
I could eat.
Why don't you guys go get your stuff from your lockers and Laura and I'll meet you there?
Okay.
Ben and Jeremy exit.
So,
So,
Ben,
oh no.
that reaction means you know what I'm gonna say. And if you know what I'm gonna say, you are already thinking it.
Not necessarily. You are just predictable.
Make all the excuses you want, but there are definitely some sparks between you and Mr. Artiste. I thought the whole gym was practically gonna burn down because of all the heat.
Uh-huh. You sure that wasn't just you and Jeremy getting all cozy?
Don't you dare change the subject. This is exciting. He clearly likes you too.
Well, I did have an idea.
Oh my God, yes. What is it?
I have to submit my writing piece for the competition to fit with an art project. I was thinking, since he's so good at painting, I could see if Mazzara would let me submit my piece for the painting by Ben. It's sort of bending the rules.
Yes, you should try.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, we are about to go eat with the two of them. It's practically a double date.
It is not a double date.
It's completely a double date.
They exit, but then Laura comes back on stage. Scene 4.
Hey guys, I'm just back to check in. We're gonna skip forward in time about a week since the next big deal is the dance anyway, and I spill Sprite all over myself at this diner we're about to go to, and nobody wants to see that. All you guys need to know is that Katie and Jeremy are in a total tunnel of love, and things are starting to pick up with Ben and me. Here we go. We open on a high school dance.
Things begin to change around Laura again, with the set becoming her now decked out high school gym. Kids are milling around, generally having fun, and we see Katie and Laura having a conversation at a table.
It's just so frustrating that he's late. He clearly doesn't respect my time, you know? And he told me that he would pick me up.
I know, it really sucks. He should have been on time. But we can have fun without him here. Come on, the former spring queen's gotta dance.
Okay.
They stand and start dancing. They try to make each other laugh with some silly moves. At the same time, we see Ben and Jeremy enter.
Welcome, dude. You ready for this? The big leagues?
Yeah, I think I can handle some streamers and pop music. Thanks for the ride, though. I know it was annoying you had to pick me up.
No worries. Anything for a bro. Plus, my car is pretty badass, so there was no sweat in driving it around a little more.
Oh, I see Katie and Laura.
Ben and Jeremy walk over to Laura and Katie. Laura sees them coming first and stops dancing, but Katie is still doing the funky chicken while the boys walk over.
Hey, babe. You look great. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
I should look great, considering I had an extra hour to get ready.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, shit is right. Laura's mom had to drive me in her 10-year-old minivan.
What's wrong with my mom's car?
This isn't about you right now, Laura. You suck, and I'm mad at you.
She turns and walks away from the group. Jeremy follows, pleading after her.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, would you want to...
Excuse me, I have to...
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. I just need a minute.
Laura makes her way over to Mr. Mazzara, who's doing the running man while chaperoning the dance.
Laura, what is up? You look great. You got that brainstorm list yet?
Speaking of, I wanted to ask you a question about the competition, if possible.
What is it?
Do you think that I can enter my piece with an artist of my choosing? Put my essay with a visual piece at the first round?
Like a collaborative thing? I thought you didn't like to work with others, Laura. You're no longer worried about a crappy artist?
Well, this would guard against having a crappy artist because I would have chosen the artist.
I'm not sure that that's allowed. It sounds like it would be giving you an unfair advantage.
Please, you could ask the board of the competition, right? Plus, it would actually give me a disadvantage because then both my writing and the visual piece would have to be good. So really, it's making it easier on everyone else.
Interesting. I like the idea of you warming up to teamwork, so I guess I can check with the board. Can I ask how this idea popped into your head?
Oh, well, the new kid, Ben, is a really good painter, so...
Ben Kaffer?
Yeah, he does art, so I figured that, like, maybe we could...
Have you asked him about this?
Well, not yet, but I'm sure that he'll say yes. What?
I'm just not sure that he seems like the type of student who'd want to participate in an academic competition.
What does that mean?
Look, just make sure he's creatively and passionately invested in the project before you commit to working together. You wouldn't want to put all your hard work in jeopardy.
Why would working with Ben jeopardize anything?
I'm just saying that you should vet any new team member.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have some teenage hooligans to separate, so go enjoy yourself. David, I see the flask.
Mazzaro walks away and Laura looks after him, puzzled. At this point, Ben comes over to Laura. The music has become slower.
Hey again.
Hey,
So I made you something.
you did?
Ben shows Laura something on his phone.
It's a Spotify playlist. It's really cool to have made some friends here. So I thought I'd try to do something nice.
So I assume that means Jeremy got one of these too?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that one.
Thank you. This is really sweet. Do you want to dance?
Totally.
They walk to the dance floor and start to dance. We shift our focus back to Katie and Jeremy, who are sitting together and talking.
Babe, I'm so sorry that I was so late to pick you up.
You weren't late. You never showed.
I know, you're right. It sucked.
It really did suck. I can't believe you just forgot about me.
I had a good reason. I had to give Ben a ride. He's had some trouble making friends outside of the three of us, and it would have totally blown if he couldn't come.
Could have picked up a phone to let me know.
I know, but my phone died, and I figured I should just get here. Look, I'm really sorry I was so late, but I promise that it will never, ever happen again. Have I ever broken a promise to you?
No, I guess not.
That's not about to change, babe.
He kisses her on the forehead.
You owe me big time.
I know I do. Let's boogie, baby.
The two of them make their way to the dance floor, where they run into Laura and Ben.
Hey guys.
Oh, we're gonna smoke you on this dance floor.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how well you can dance in that kind of dress, Katie.
And what kind of dress do you mean?
You know the low-cut, super tight kind of slutty dress you're wearing?
There it is.
Whoa, dude, come on. She looks great.
Are you serious?
What? It was just a joke. You guys are being really sensitive.
Oh, and now I'm overly sensitive? Yeah, okay, no.
Katie walks away, taking Jeremy with her. Laura stands there stunned.
I really don't know what the big deal is.
You can't call girls slutty.
I mean, her dress is revealing.
Look, I don't know how the guys at your school would talk to girls, but here you can't say stuff like that.
Right.
Look, you should apologize to Katie. And you should also remember that girls shouldn't be judged for what they wear.
Laura goes to exit, but Ben pulls her back.
No, yeah, of course. You're right. I didn't even think about it that much. I was just trying to make a joke. I'll go apologize right now.
Okay.
Ben makes his way over to Katie.
Katie, I'm sorry you got offended. I mean, I'm sorry I offended you. Your dress looks great.
Yeah, I know it does. You can go away now.
I just want you to know that I know that slutty isn't something I should have said.
Notice that wording.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what? Whatever. Clearly you're oblivious.
Okay, so we're fine.
Yeah, sure. You want to go get me and Jeremy some punch?
Okay.
You can go with him if you want, Lore. Clearly he needs some female socialization.
Oh, okay.
2 cups of punch coming right up.
Ben and Laura walk over to the punch table.
So I made the playlist collaborative so that you could add stuff if you want.
Cool. I'm sure my music taste is far superior to yours, so it's good that I'll be able to rub off on you. I actually wanted to ask you a favor.
What's up?
Well, since you're such an artist, you know, with the skeletons and the photo backdrop and the painting in the yard stuff,
Yes, I'm aware.
I was wondering if you'd want to enter this contest.
Sure.
It might be kind of lame. You'd have to paint something for a piece I'm working on.
Yeah.
And we'd have to spend a lot of time together collaborating.
Laura, I said yes.
Oh, you did? I mean, of course you did.
We should probably start soon, right? Maybe I could come to your house on Monday?
Yes, absolutely. My house on Monday.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, wait, Mr. Mazzara's my advisor, and he said that I should make sure any partner of mine would be dedicated and willing to work on something like this. Would you consider yourself creatively and passionately invested?
Mazzara said any partner of yours or me partner of yours?
He did say it after I mentioned you.
He knows about some stuff that happened at my old school. Just, he's a total idiot, okay? Don't listen to him.
Well, he is advising, so I'd hope he's not a total idiot.
He is, trust me. We don't need him. He'll just get in the way. Let's just do it ourselves.
Okay. I do have to keep meeting with him as part of the requirements, though. Look, it's just dumb administrative stuff. Mazzara's an idiot, remember? He can't get too much in the way. I can just reject his ideas if we feel like it.
Laura puts her hand on Ben's arm.
My house on Monday?
Sure. Yeah.
Good. I got mad snacks.
Katie and Jeremy make their way back over.
Hey guys, I think we're gonna dip. They ran out of punch.
Yeah, and I have to come back here early tomorrow to clean all this stuff up.
I thought you wanted to get a photo with Mazzara for your teacher selfie collection.
Oh, we took that a while ago. It was awesome.
Looks like you two made up.
Only because she's so tolerant of my being a dumbass.
Good answer. It also helps that he's hot.
Good point.
Oh my god, someone please get me out of here before you two start mating on the punch table.
Don't hate us because we're in love, Lore.
That's not why, Katie.
Oh, savage burn.
No, but really, it's time to bounce. Take me away before I turn back into a homely maid at the strike of 12.
Katie theatrically falls onto Laura.
Okay, let's go.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
I guess I'll see you on Monday.
Totally.
Sayonara, dumbass.
Love you too, Laura.
The two girls exit with the boys looking after them. Scene 5. Laura re-enters back in street clothes.
So, it's getting spicy. All you folks out there who have dealt with some kind of toxic person should know the pattern. We've already completed step 1, where I've been charmed, and Ben is now in my life. He has a hold. And there have been some red flags, ones which I probably could have looked harder at. But honestly, how could I have predicted that one weird slutty comment and a bad opinion from one of my favorite teachers would be a sign of a lot more? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me see. What's a significant moment that I can show you guys? Let's start with that Monday, the first time Ben came over.
The set begins to transition around Laura again, and we're in her bedroom. Katie is there lounging on Laura's stuff.
He says he's 5 minutes away.
Oh, Lore, you know you can do better, right? Fine, I'm sorry, but really, it's gonna be so okay. You're working on a project, so you have something that is not only a conversational crutch, but that you actually have to talk about. And he clearly really likes you, as he should, so there's nothing to worry about on that front. And you're hotter than him, so.
Katie, seriously.
Katie stands up and walks to Laura, then puts a hand on her shoulder.
All you have to do is be confident. You are a very cool girl. Almost as cool as me.
Well, no one can quite rise above that high bar you've set.
Obviously.
Laura's phone makes a ping, signaling a text. She checks it.
He's here. I'm gonna throw up.
I can smuggle you out of here if you want. We don't have to look back ever. Just the two of us out on the open road.
You're not making me feel better.
What do you want me to say?
Nothing. Just hit me on the head with that dictionary so that I'll pass out and can't go through with this.
We hear a knock on the door.
Hey, it's Ben. Your mom let me in?
Shit.
Dude, answer the door.
Oh, right.
She opens the door.
Hey.
Hi.
Ben enters with a bag of some painting materials. He doesn't see Katie until he bumps into her.
Sup?
Katie needed some help with her history paper. She was just leaving.
Don't worry, I live close. I have a faster response time to this bedroom than the police force.
Okay, bye, Katie.
Peace.
Katie exits.
Your mom seems nice.
Oh, God. Did she say something weird?
No. Well, she did ask what I plan to do for a living.
Yeah, that checks out. So
Before we started, I actually wanted to.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Ben goes to sit on Laura's bed. Laura follows.
I just wanted to be clear, in case you don't know. I really like you. I think we should go out. And I kind of suspected that you asking me to do this means you feel the same.
Oh, well, you're a good painter. No, but yes, I do also like you. I mean, I like you as well. I mean, I feel,
Ben kisses her.
wow.
Yeah.
He kisses her again.
So, we should set up right here?
Yup.
They kiss again.
Cool. We should probably discuss our idea first so that we can be on the same page.
Totally.
They kiss again.
Wait, my mom is home and we're supposed to be working.
Yeah, sure. We've got lots of time. So, ideas?
Right. Yeah, so the work is supposed to be personal. So I was thinking I could write something about my experiences with like sexism and the trials and tribulations of being a teenage girl. And obviously that's not personal for you. So I was thinking that you could paint something that expresses the constraints that you feel as a teenage boy, like frustrations with expectations or whatever. And they could go together, kind of like as a pair. What do you think?
Don't you think that's kind of cliche? Writing about like the glass ceiling.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like that's all I hear from female writers these days. Sexism this, misogyny that. It just seems unoriginal. I thought you wanted to be fresher than that, more authentic.
Bullshit. I guess I hadn't really thought of it like that.
If it's supposed to be personal, what if you wrote about me? Or not me necessarily, but us. The drama of being juniors, romance, friendships, etc. And the centerpiece could be us and our relationship.
Ben takes her hand.
And I know we haven't spent that much time together, but I feel like there's really something here.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Cool.
Cool.
They start discussing ideas. Then Ben freezes again and Laura turns to the audience.
Okay, hold it. All right, I know hindsight's 2020, but damn, did you see that? Right about him? And then the old, oh, but I'm so into you. Let me distract you from my vapid vanity, blah, 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 blah. Shut up! Okay, sorry. Let's move it along.
Lights out, set transition. Scene 6. Lights up on Laura in front of her locker. She opens it up and a bouquet of red roses is inside. As she takes them out, Ben enters.
Hi, you.
Hey,
So I have a secret admirer.
really? Is that so?
Looks like you've got some competition.
Ben puts his arm around her waist and Laura reciprocates.
You like them?
They're okay. I actually prefer pink roses, but I guess these will do.
Katie enters during this exchange.
Hey guys, Laura, can I talk to you privately?
Sure. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Laura turns to Katie, who pulls her aside.
I just thought I should show you something since you and Ben are like together now.
Okay.
Remember how Ben didn't have any social media?
Yeah.
Well, I decided to look him up on Instagram just in case, and I didn't find a profile, but I did find a hashtag.
Katie shows Laura her phone. On the back of the stage, her phone screen is projected with an Instagram page displaying hashtag expel Ben Kafer.
What is this?
It's girls, Lore, a bunch of girls from Deerfield Academy who created a whole social media campaign to get rid of him. It's screenshots, videos, photos, firsthand accounts of Ben saying shit to girls at his old school. It seems like it all centers around his ex-girlfriend, Alyssa.
This doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, there are two sides to every story.
I know you like him, but come on, this is pretty substantial.
Look, please don't ruin this for me. I'm smart. I'll be careful, okay? I don't want to look at this right now.
But, Lore,
Please, trust me.
okay. Just watch out for stuff like this.
A little heavy-handed foreshadowing for you. These next few months with Ben don't go that well.
Scene 7. The next few incidents take the tone of a montage, where the lighting and movement indicates the fluid passage of time. In our first moment, Laura and Ben are next to each other on Laura's bed. Ben is reading her draft.
What do you think? Pretty good, right?
Honestly, I'm not that impressed.
What?
I just think it's kind of bad.
I don't understand. I thought it was pretty good. I spent a lot of time on that.
Well, if this is the best you can do, you might just be a bad writer. Look, hey, it's just a first draft. You can do better at our next check-in.
Check-in?
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea if I checked over all your writing, just so the project can be cohesive.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Good.
Ben puts his arm around Laura, which she hesitantly reciprocates. The lights change again, and Laura and Ben change positions to show that time has passed. Laura is now writing at her desk. Ben is painting on the floor. Ben looks up at her, stands, and starts rubbing her shoulders.
What do you say we take a break?
Laura continues to type.
I want to, trust me, but I'm actually kind of in the zone right now.
Ben starts kissing her cheek, then progresses to her neck.
Oh, I'm in the zone right now, too.
Come on.
Ben spins Laura around in her rolly chair so that she's facing him and he's leaning over her. Laura gets increasingly flustered.
Ben, we have a deadline for Mr. Mazzara due soon.
Don't worry about Mazzari. He's not our advisor anymore.
What? What do you mean? We need a faculty advisor.
I know. I asked Miss Anderson. You know how checked out she is. Now it's totally up to us.
But Mazzara was helping me. Helping us. I can't believe you did this without asking me.
Ben, still trying to get physical with Laura, goes to lift up her shirt and she pushes him away.
Stop, okay? Just quit it.
Jesus, fine. What's wrong with you?
What? Nothing. I just...
Look, I'm gonna go.
Wait.
He exits. Our lights change again to indicate yet another incident. This time, Ben is sitting alone on Laura's bed, drinking something out of a bottle and looking at Laura's phone. Laura enters and is surprised to see him there.
Hey.
What do you mean, hey?
Sorry. Hi, babe.
We were supposed to meet about the project?
No, we were supposed to meet about the project 3 hours ago, and you didn't show up. I waited for an hour.
Oh, of course. Blame me. I'm not the one that just left you to stupidly show up at my house and have my bitchy mom tell you that I was out.
Have you been drinking?
What does it look like?
Look, I just left because I was disappointed that you didn't show up. I was just driving around with Katie.
I know you were with Katie. You left your phone.
Yeah, Katie said I should leave it behind, have an afternoon free without being shackled to responding to my messages.
Oh, so you're shackled to me now.
Of course not. That's not what I said.
Well, good. Because I got you something.
What?
Come here.
Laura sits on the bed.
You've been working so hard on this project, and I know we've been going through a rough patch lately, so I bought you this.
He takes out and opens a ring box.
Oh, Wow.
It's a promise ring. I want you to know how much I care about you, how much I always want you to be mine.
It's really beautiful. How expensive was this?
Ben puts the ring on Laura's hand.
It doesn't matter. I bought it because I love you.
Ben kisses her. In the middle of their kiss, Laura pulls away.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Katie, keeps showing me this thing. I'm sure it's nothing. This Instagram hashtag, expel Ben Kaffer. What's that all about?
I can't believe you're accusing me of something. I just gave you this gift. You could at least be thankful.
Laura grabs Ben's hand.
I am. Thank you so much. I was just curious about the hashtag.
Fine. It's the reason I left my old school and decided to come here. I was dating this girl, Alyssa, and she cheated on me with one of my best friends.
Oh my God.
It was really bad. I was totally heartbroken, and I shouldn't have reacted the way I did, but I ended up getting into a fight with a guy she cheated on me with. And all of those girls that she was friends with started spreading rumors about me that I had threatened Alyssa or something. I had to get out of there.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
I know. But it's okay now because I've got such a great girl right here. I need you, Laura. I felt empty after Alyssa. But now with you, you're the whole world to me.
I felt empty too. Before you came, Katie and Jeremy started dating, and I just felt like nobody wanted me.
I want you. Always. You're so special, Laura. From now on, it's just us, okay?
They put their foreheads together.
Okay.
They kiss.
About the hashtag, though, Katie showed you this?
Yeah, but she was just being protective.
I think she's a bad influence on you.
What?
She tried to poison our relationship without even knowing the whole story. She doesn't want you to be happy with me. You said yourself that she doesn't really want you. She doesn't make you feel good about yourself. You should call her and tell her that you're done.
He dials the number for her.
Here.
Katie's my closest friend. I can't just...
Just us from now on. Remember? I love you, Laura. Do it for me.
Laura looks at him and takes the phone. Katie walks onto the edge of the stage under a spotlight to receive the phone call.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
You okay?
Actually, we need to talk.
Sure. What about?
I don't think that we should hang out anymore.
What? What do you mean?
We can't be friends.
I just saw you 10 minutes ago. We had fun.
Well, I didn't. We're done.
Is Ben there?
No.
I know he's there, Laura. You haven't been sleeping or eating. Your grades have been dropping. I'm worried about you. Mazzara's worried about you. You know that Ben is bad news.
You're wrong. He loves me. And he explained everything about the hashtag. He's had his heart broken, Katie. He needs me.
He's a liar. And he does not need you. I know that he's important to you, but you have to face reality. Are you even enjoying that writing competition anymore? It's become completely about him. And the fact that he's forcing you to make this phone call.
Okay, you know what? This isn't because of Ben. This is because you're shallow and vain and jealous and honestly kind of a bitch. You know what? You basically stopped hanging out with me after you and Jeremy started dating. You left me in the dust, Katie.
I didn't mean to do that.
Well, you did. And then you told me to go out with Ben, maybe because you pitied me. And now that someone actually cares about me and I'm happy, you want to backpedal and ruin it.
That's not true. Ben doesn't love you, Laura. I love you. That's why I'm telling you that what's happening right now is not healthy.
Oh, yeah, because you just know everything, don't you? Perfect Spring Queen Katie gets to sit on her throne and judge the rest of us. Sorry that I'm not willing to follow your orders anymore, Your Highness.
Fine. I know he's bad for you, and you know he's bad for you, but that doesn't give you the right to be a jerk and push me away. At a certain point, Laura, you've got to help yourself.
Katie hangs up.
Good job, baby. You know that was the right thing to do for us.
Yeah.
They hug. Scene 8. Lights come up on the school hallway again. Katie and Jeremy are standing in front of Laura's locker.
Why are we here early?
Because I was pissed at Laura for all the stuff she said to me on the phone, but then I realized that she clearly just said that because Ben was messing with her head. If I can get her alone, away from him, then I can make her see things clearly.
Again, what does that have to do with us creeping at her locker?
I can't message her because I know that Ben has access to her phone, so you know how I always get Laura coffee? I'm going to leave this here for her in her locker with this note attached.
She hands the note to Jeremy.
Laura, meet me in the 3rd floor bathroom at 10:15. Tell Mr. Alex you need to use the bathroom to get out of history, and I'll do the same for calc. I really think we should talk. By the way, I got you your favorite coffee order. But never forget, love, KP. Does this really seem necessary to you? We're acting like Ben's some kind of monster or something.
What do you mean? We've seen how he treats her. It's abuse.
Whoa, okay. That seems like a strong word.
Okay, maybe it's not like actual abuse, but it's how real abuse starts. Why do you think men grow up and beat their girlfriends and wives? Because they think they have a right to control them. And Ben hasn't actually physically hurt Laura, but think about it. He stopped her from hanging out with us. He looks through her phone. That's manipulative. He's exerting too much control over her. If we don't stop him now, I'm afraid of how this could end up.
It just seems kind of extreme to say that Ben is definitely going to end up hitting Laura.
I'm not saying that. I just mean that this behavior that he's displaying now as a teenager does not bode well. What do you think happens when Laura does something that makes him really upset? I showed you that Instagram hashtag.
I guess I didn't think about it like that. But if Ben's messing with her that much, why doesn't she just kick him to the curb?
I don't think she realizes. That's why I need to talk to her without him there. Thus, this note.
She takes the note back from Jeremy.
See, now I just tape the note to the coffee cup, crack her lock. The code is my birthday. Isn't that cute? Now she'll have to read it. If there's anything Laura can't resist, it's a mocha and an intriguing message.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Trust me.
The bell rings.
Oh, shoot. She'll be coming right now. Let's go.
They exit, Katie dragging Jeremy by the hand. Laura enters in a hoodie and sweatpants and looking exhausted. She makes her way over to her locker. Ben meets her there.
Morning, sleepyhead.
Laura opens her locker and picks up the coffee. The note is taped to the other side, so Laura cannot see it, but Ben can.
I bought that coffee for you since I know you're bummed about you and Katie not being able to hang out. I'm giving you the best part of her friendship.
Ben continues to
Awful.
Ben continues to hold the cup up, not yet handing it to Laura.
Can I have it?
Yes, sorry, I just wanted to present it to you. Here you go, milady.
Ben does an awkward bow as he hands the coffee over.
Why, thank you, kind sir.
As Ben hands it to her, he takes off the note and shoves it in his back pocket.
You are so welcome. Look, I gotta use the bathroom, so do you mind if I don't walk you to class?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for the coffee.
Laura exits and Ben opens the note once he's alone. He reads it, crumples it up, and throws it in a trash can on his way out of the hallway. Scene 9. Mazzara sits in his office waiting. Laura knocks and enters.
Hi, Miss Bridges. Come on in.
Hi, Mr. Mazzara. Can I ask why I'm here?
Why don't you take a seat?
She sits.
Am I in trouble?
No, not at all. I've just noticed that you seem a little out of it around school.
Oh, well, I've had a lot of work with the competition lately. So.
Right. Not that I would know since you decided to switch advisors.
Oh, yeah, I'm really sorry about that, by the way. I hope your feelings weren't hurt.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Are you, though? I've seen that Katie hasn't been around recently. I'm used to having to yell at you guys in the hallway to be quiet.
We had a fight. I said some pretty terrible stuff. I don't think Katie would want to be my friend again, even if I want to.
I doubt that. You've been attached to the himp since you were little.
I don't know. I guess some things just don't work out.
How are things going with Benjamin?
What?
The competition project?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming along.
I have to say I was really impressed with your experiences of a teen girl essay idea. A really fresh twist too with the idea of a male perspective counterpart.
We actually decided to go in a different direction.
You were so excited about that topic.
Well, like I said, some things just don't work out.
I don't know if I agree with your perspective there, Laura. Yes, sometimes things don't work out and there's nothing we can do about it. But 9 times out of 10, we only think our hands are tied. You don't have to let things just happen if you want them to go differently, Laura.
But that's so hard. I don't know how to do it myself.
That's the trick, though. You don't have to do it alone. Your friends or adults can help you get back on track sometimes. Look, Laura, I only have an inkling of what's been going on with you, but if Ben is hurting you in any way, I can only do something about it if you tell me. If you just file a formal complaint, then I can bring it up with the school board and even the authorities if I have to.
What? Authorities? I have to go.
Wait, Laura!
She exits. Scene 10. Laura now sits in the locker hallway, having just finished crying. After a moment, Jeremy enters.
Laura?
Oh, hi.
Jeremy waits for a second, then sits down next to Laura.
Are you okay?
Why does everyone keep asking me that?
Dude, you're crying on the floor of our high school locker hallway. This place is nasty.
Yeah, good point.
Look, I know you don't like me,
What gave you that impression, dumbass?
but all I know is that for me, it would break my heart if I was the reason Katie was crying on the floor in the middle of the school day. I'm an idiot sometimes for sure when I'm late or I wouldn't apologize or something, but I would never, ever hurt her like this. And if I did, I would bend over backwards trying to make it up to her.
I appreciate the gesture, dude, but you don't know my life.
Okay. Laura, excuse me, but can we cut the bullshit? When a friend is trying to help you, maybe your best friend, like Katie, you don't insult them and then stand them up when they leave a note with a gift they bought you.
Wait, what?
I mean, I used to have some respect for you, Laura, because I thought you were like a good person who really cared about Katie. But standing her up after she left you that coffee really sucks. And
What coffee? The coffee in my locker today?
yeah, the one Katie left you with the note to meet her.
What note? Ben said that coffee was from him. I bet he took the note too. He's the one that made me dump Katie.
So Katie was right,
Like usual. What did her note say?
that she wanted to talk to you in the girls' bathroom earlier today. During class, she thinks you ditched her.
Shit. You know, I got so caught up in his negativity and his seriousness. I thought we were meant to be or something. He said that he needed me. I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know if this will help, but I have something that I should show you about why Ben left Deerfield.
Jeremy goes to hand Laura his phone, but then hesitates.
I just want to say that before this, I didn't really get what Katie was so upset about either. I didn't pick up on the toxicity that she saw. But this certainly cleared things up for me, so maybe it'll do the same for you.
Jeremy hands Laura his phone.
It was posted on Instagram last night. It's on Ben's and my street.
A video of Jeremy's phone screen is projected. It shows an Instagram live video. Ben is screaming at a car from which a teenage girl is throwing eggs at his house. The following dialogue happens in the video.
I'll fucking kill you, you cheating slut!
I never cheated on you, asshole. Don't threaten me ever again.
The video ends.
I messaged that girl Alyssa after this. Apparently she didn't cheat on Ben, but when she broke up with him because things got too intense, he threatened to post explicit photos of her on Instagram. He came to her house all the time, supposedly as recently as 2 weeks ago. He's been lying to you, Laura. A lot.
Lights out. Scene 11. Laura stands in what is clearly an exhibition room next to her and Ben's work. She waits for Ben. Jeremy and Katie stand together off to the side. Ben enters and makes his way over to Laura. Adult judges and some high school students are walking around, looking at the other competition entries.
Hey, the judges are starting to come around.
Uh-huh.
Look, there's our judge.
The judge with a clipboard is making her way around the artworks, but Ben's and Laura's has a cover over it, as does the frame which has Laura's essay in it.
We are totally gonna win this thing.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
The judge comes over to Laura and Ben. Laura takes off the sheet, revealing her essay and a blank space where their painting should be.
Teen Women, Louisa May Alcott, as modern as ever. But where's your artwork?
Wait, what?
Jeremy?
Jeremy runs over and hits a small projector, which projects the Instagram live video from earlier onto the empty space where their painting should be, with subtitles instead of volume playing.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
We decided to go with a live exhibit.
We did not decide. Are you kidding me right now?
He walks towards Katie.
Calm down, Ben.
Young man!
Jeremy takes a step in between them.
Ben, chill.
Saw your little note trying to get a private meeting with my girlfriend. You did this.
No, she didn't. I did.
Shut up. It's her fault. She came between us again.
Ben physically threatens Katie. Laura walks over to them.
You came between us when you lied to me and manipulated me.
Ben is still focused on Katie. Laura takes off her promise ring and throws it at Ben's back. Ben turns to her.
Hey, we're done.
No, we're not.
Ben grabs her wrist and Laura twists away from him.
I love you.
He grabs her and tries to kiss her.
No, you don't, you psycho.
Ben lets go of her and shoves her backwards, and she loses her footing and falls.
You don't understand. You can't get rid of me. I know you love me too.
Jeremy walks over and punches Ben in the face.
Oh, fuck you.
Mazzara re-enters and runs in between them.
It is time for you boys to go.
No, Laura, you can't make me leave. We belong together.
Get out, Ben. Just go.
Fine. Crazy bitch.
Okay.
Ben exits and hits Laura's shoulder on his way out. Jeremy smiles back at Laura and Katie and salutes to Mr. Mazzara.
Laura, are you okay?
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't.
Katie and Laura hug. The judge walks over.
Excuse me? Ms. Bridges? Unfortunately, I have to disqualify you from the competition because of the unusual style of your entry. However, your essay was impressive. I have another opportunity that might interest you if you want to give me a call. Here's my card.
The judge hands her a card. Scene 12, epilogue. Lights up on Laura alone on stage addressing the audience. She's sitting with the essay from before in her hands. There's a moment of stillness before she opens the essay and begins to read.
Teen women. Louisa May Alcott's message as modern as ever. The key to Alcott's novel, truly, is the power and passion of female love. Jo March is challenged by and challenges her sister Amy. She cares for and protects Beth, and she unconditionally loves and supports Meg, her own protector. This message of sisterhood is not lost on girls today. Not the ones around me, not the ones I see on social media and in the news. A system of protection and care is at work in the world now, and will only continue to grow. In Alcott's own words, "I'm not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." And I would add, "And the women around me will be my crew."
Ben walks onto the stage and sits beside Laura. Laura ignores him.
Look, I guess I just wanted some way to say to you that no one should ever treat you in a way that makes you feel trapped or disrespected.
You could have broken up with me sooner, Laura.
But if you do, there are ways to find help. Talk to a friend, like I should have done. If you feel that you're in immediate danger, get out of that situation as quickly as possible, no matter what.
You were never in danger, Laura. You know that I loved you.
Laura finally looks at Ben. She stands up and he follows. They stand in profile. Right as Ben walks past Laura to exit, the lights behind them come up to reveal that Laura is in Mazzara's office. Katie and Mr. Mazzara sit.
Are you okay, Laura?
Yeah.
Come on, Laura. Sit down.
Laura goes to sit down and Katie takes her hand.
So I hear you have a project you want me to look over.
Yeah. As you know, I've been in counseling with the school guidance counselor over these past few weeks. She said I should try to channel my emotions into something. So
You wrote a play.
we open.
Lights out and play.
Yay, thanks guys. So that is it. That was Puppy Love. I think briefly now, Melinda, if you want to come back on, we're gonna have a very brief Q&A if anyone has any questions about anything. And I also wanted to, because there are some people here who I think didn't register, which is totally fine and totally welcome. But in the program that I sent to everyone who registered, there are some resources I provide for people experiencing or people who want to learn more about teenage dating violence like we saw in the show. So I just sent the link to that program with those resources to the chat if anyone wants to take a look at that. Anyone can raise their hand if they have a question, if there are no questions.
Great job, Francie. Great job, cast.
Good job.
I would just like to invite anyone who does have a question, you can turn your camera on. This can be a friendly, informal, social, or even if you don't have a question, you just want us to see your face, like, go for it. Yeah, and cast can come back if anyone has a question for any of the actors.
Yeah.
Free to come on back. So, anyone have a question? You can raise your hand or turn your mic on. Relating to the play.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration?
Good question. So, I feel like, so a lot of the things that Ben does earlier in the play, which is like make comments that are a little disarming to the girls around him or make them a little uncomfortable that eventually escalate into something bigger, I think are things I see a lot, just like being a normal high school student and someone who's active on social media. I think like I and like other girls experience those things, whether we're like dating someone or not. So I definitely drew on inspiration from some people I see around me. And also just when I was doing research for issues about like my community that I thought I had tackled, I think I see a lot of, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, I see a lot of unhealthy relationships on like TV and movies and anything like that that are really glorified and are seen as these like epic romances that we should like strive for. I think like Chuck and Blair is a really good example from Gossip Girl, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But I hadn't seen a lot of things that are specifically educational and point out those behaviors as something bad and toxic. So that general idea was my inspiration. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions for the writer/director, Francie?
I just got a question that was sent to me privately. In what ways do you think we as a society should be doing to try and prevent dating violence? This is a really great step towards informing. So this is such a good question. Obviously, I'm not an expert on the subject, but I think a lot of these resources I provided have a lot of information on that. I think there should be a lot more talking about relationships. I think there's this general sense that if we see someone, a friend or an acquaintance who's in what we think may be an unhealthy or abusive situation, we see it as not really our business. Or even if we're friends with like boys, it's usually boys according to statistics, but not always, of course, but like our friends who perpetuate these like unhealthy ideas in a way that like Laura did call out Ben and Katie did call out Ben for saying her dress was slutty or things like that. We generally go along, and I think like socially we don't like I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like we don't socially reprehend those people. So reprimand, that's what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but I think that is important, especially when people are younger and obviously can grow into more mature individuals who are able to have.
I mean, it starts young, doesn't it? I mean, boys are typically commented on by what they're doing, their activities, how smart they are, and women or girls are just commented on what they look like, you know, and the approval to be beautiful or approval that then they seek, because they're not praised for their intelligence, you know, just walking around, right? Like it's usually appearance.
I also think that there are things we can do more institutionally. I think schools should probably have like places or people that are like open to receiving those kind of like complaints, so that students feel comfortable going to their trusted adults that maybe isn't their parents, because they don't want their parent to know that they're like involved with someone. They should have like trusted resources that they can go talk to people about these things, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, so the National Center of Domestic Violence is a place that we went to look for research if anybody else wants to look that up. Or you have that in the program, right?
I do. The program has lots of resources that address this exact thing. There's also DASH, loveisrespect.org, Planned Parenthood even all has great resources about these things and about how to help your friend or yourself that is experiencing abuse.
Yeah, anybody else have a comment, question or comments?
Yeah, I thought the cast was amazing. You guys did such a good job. And I was curious to hear from the men who were in this play, if there was anything you wanted to share, that if you learned anything from playing these roles, you know, about this issue.
Anything
okay, if you're in the cast and you want to respond to Amy's question, feel free. I mean, Justin's our adult cast member. Maybe Justin, in hindsight, can talk a little bit about when he was in school.
Yeah, seemingly a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to, you know, make those relationships with adults that you can trust or you feel like you can confide in. So, you know, I think mentorship is really important, and figuring out the people that are going to be able to help, you know, steer you. And I think it is that kind of struggle, right? Of you know, I think you're not like fully formed, right? As a teenager. So you're still like kind of becoming, you know, a human and a young adult. So I think it's really like listening and getting a bunch of viewpoints and really listening to the people that you value, right? And I think one of the things that it's interesting to play an older person, even though I often play teens, is like that, you know, having that wisdom and being able to see it from the outside is so much easier than when you're going through it. And I think that's sort of the struggle of growing up, right? Is that you're in the thick of it and you can't see the forest for the trees. So, you know, surround yourself with the people and trust in the people that will help you figure that out.
Yeah, and you know, peer groups matter, right? So people respond to what their peers are doing. You know, because fitting in matters, you know, all through your life, not just in high school. So what about Sam or Daniel? Did you have any comments on Amy's question? It's okay to say no, it's all right.
Yeah.
I think like reading the play, not only just like playing the role, but just like reading the things, the dialogue that's said. It's very like, it's like a learning experience for all. It's made me like reflect and think about like my own behavior. And like there are just some things that are like explicitly said in the text that maybe I may not have like articulated so well in my head. So I found that really valuable and very like good about the play. There's a quote that so there was an event that like Lin-Manuel Miranda had with the like Bill Gates like way back when for Hunter. And he was like don't be so serious, or like things are not that serious now. It's not directly related to what I'm about to say. I just thought of it. But just like the line that Laura has about like getting caught up in like seriousness, I think is like a very like poignant thought. I think it's like very easy to get caught up in like your head. It's nice to hear that.
Yeah, to step back, you know, not judge yourself too harshly. My question for you, Francie, was this is the first play that you've written. We started in January. How was that process for you?
It was hard. It was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't want to go on too long because I know it's getting late, but at my high school, which most of you know, but not all of you do, there is a student play festival where kids my age and younger than me write these great plays. And so not that I thought it was going to be easy, I just didn't think it was going to be as hard as it was. And I've acted a lot at school and I've directed like once or twice. So I think I had the mentality going in that like, oh, I've been around a lot of theater, this should be easy. And I still, just hearing it, wish there are things I could have changed, which is why I think also after this, I will be sending out a feedback form that should only take a few minutes, but I would really appreciate if you would fill out. And so it's definitely still like this growing, living thing that I want to work on, but it's really exciting and fulfilling to watch my lovely classmates and Justin bring these characters to life, because it's really, it's a really fulfilling experience, but I had so much trouble sitting down and writing it and then editing it. And all of these guys were so helpful throughout the revisions process. They've been reading this play for the past few months, helping me revise it. So yeah, I see a few comments. I think education about healthy relationships is super important. I agree with that. I think in our health curriculum, it should be a huge deal on how to have a healthy relationship. That's one thing. Oh, and I got one question that said, how do you think COVID has impacted relationships? That's really interesting. So my play is about teen dating violence. And I think that has probably, like, the separation of teenagers, usually because kids in teenage relationships don't live together. So I think in COVID, with that kind of isolation, maybe it's been, I have no research on that specifically, but like in my head, it makes sense that like kids living together and separated may be easier for victims of teenage dating violence, but domestic abuse with couples who live together has gotten far, far worse in COVID-19 because people can't leave their homes and they're stuck. And not everybody's, but most people's mental health has declined, especially because it gets hotter in the summer. So domestic violence rates go up, and we've all been inside our homes and can't leave. So domestic violence rates go up. So that's a really important point. And that's a whole separate issue. But I think that COVID has definitely made that worse for domestic abuse, but maybe for teen dating violence, maybe it's helped.
Okay, and so we are noticing there's some great comments in the chat. So for the actors and for the writer, so have a look at that. And I'll just throw it out one last time. Anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns?
I got one more question privately, and that'll be our last one so that everybody can go enjoy their night. But did you make the choice to only be the playwright and not an actor? How did Zoom help or hinder? I think that I liked not acting in this play. First of all, I think I have plenty of talented friends who were there to fill the roles, so I really liked that. And I liked focusing on a playwright perspective only because I felt that made it easier to focus on. I also worried that this happened to me in the beginning. A lot of the characters just started to seem like me in the way that they spoke and the way they behaved. And I sort of think that if I had acted in it, that may have happened to more of an extreme, or Laura may have just ended up being a little bit like me. I don't know if that's true, but that was a little bit my rationale. And I liked that I got to separate her character from how I feel I behave. And how did Zoom help or hinder? Zoom, it's hard. These guys did such a great job. We read through it a few times. Obviously, there was definitely a little hiccup where I came on screen. I don't know how many of you saw that.
Yeah, so you had a cameo, and so did Proof's kitty cat. Did everybody catch the cat?
Oh, really? That's funny. But yeah,
There's just like a tail that like went over. It was awesome.
Yeah. But I think Zoom is an interesting medium, not the one I would have ideally used, but it was a little bit out of necessity. But one thing, I think it's nice that this happens with all film, and this happens with Zoom, is that you really got to see the characters' faces and reactions, whereas in live theater, it's often like the body and the props and things like that. So I do think that I really liked getting to see their facial expressions close up, especially when they were trying to react subtly. I also think there were a few times where Proof/Laura was supposed to address the audience, which I think would have been easier live because she just could have like turned and said her thing and then went back. But I think she did a great job of like leaning in. So I liked the like close proximity. Yeah, that was a long-winded way of saying that. I think unless anyone else has something really pressing.
I would just like to thank the audience and thank Stacey and her family and her Girl Scout leader and her friends that helped her accomplish this goal, because I think she did a great job.
Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I really hope you enjoyed the show. I'd appreciate it if you filled out that feedback form, but obviously you've done enough just by coming today. So thank you, and I hope everybody has a great night. Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody. Hopefully we can do this live in person next year.
We'll see. Yeah. All right.